Are top 10 in rushing yards, and they're going up against a Pats team that will need to keep the running game in check.
With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Gott and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League presented by EA Sports. A few moments ago, it was Desmond Trufant of the Falcons making their way out of the tunnel to the delight of this sold-out crowd as his guys get set to do battle with the New England Patriots. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games. On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, we're in November now, so this is where you really need to settle in, start getting down to business.
And in baseball, they talk about the dog days of August. November, these are the dog days of football, trying to get in position for the big push.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4". For the first time with Devontae Freeman. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
Right. What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it, because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
All right, let's look at the offense. Devontae Freeman, this is a guy that you wanted to talk about, so take it away.
Brandon, have you seen a running back play with such joy as well as such fury? I love the way he runs the football and attacks defenses.
They'll look to throw here. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 4 yards of the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
Well, still in search of the 1st down after that last completion.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. Gets it off to Freeman. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
On 2nd down, Freeman. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
So the opening drive for him here on the home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball, put points on the board first, and let everyone start to celebrate.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3". First down, Welch. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The numbers for him from a week ago, 13 carries, 55 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Rob Gronkowski, he's the cowbell of this offense.
So good that you just can't call him a tight end. You call him a special receiver. Can often line up on the backside of a formation and be the primary target. And no one has more fun in this league than Gronk.
From the juke, the very shaken up there. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Play fake here. And he slings complete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And here now the defensive starters for Atlanta.
When evaluating Grady Jarrett out, and they all loop back to the same thing about it, his quickness. And we saw that on display in the Super Bowl against New England, where he worked inside and caused all kinds of havoc and pressure up the middle. Excellent movement skills, can get to the quarterback, and knows how to make plays.
Off play action. Welch. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Looking to throw on second down. Welch. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Dontari Poe in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Welch. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And they'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Heading back onto the field, here's a look at Devontae Freeman now. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
This one complete to Sproles. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. So the Patriots coming out now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Returnable for Thomas. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here.
Let's go! Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
The Falcons send out their punter. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll run with Mack. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Staying on the ground with Mack. And some room to maneuver. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
I know the game continues to evolve, and we have a lot of exotic stuff nowadays. I can't help it. I love a good old-fashioned draw play.
Who's typically fooled on defense on a play like that, a successful draw play?
Typically, it's the defensive line that's fooled because they're just pinning their ears back and going after the quarterback. And once they create some space and you get past them, you usually have a long way to go.
throwing on first down. Welch got a man. It's Brown. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. To throw on second down, Welch. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. 23 yards on the play.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That's a matchup maybe they go back to their outer third of the field as this game continues.
Yeah, I think back to my high school coach, John Ford. He used to say when we got big plays early in a game or good plays, he'd always say, foul it away, lad, foul it away, because he'd want to come back to it later in a key situation. They may come back to this one a little more often than that.
Didn't he say laddie or did he say lad?
Yeah, it just depended on what he was feeling at the moment.
Okay, I thought that was the guy you told me about. He used to say laddie a lot.
Laddie, when you heard laddie, he was usually in a pretty good mood.
And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriots score. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Pats able to cash in for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Second and 10. He'll look to throw again. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A good pickup there, a 22.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
On 2nd down, Ryan. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the 1st quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. Before they can run another play, the clock hits 000. And time is up on the 1st quarter. 10-3 the score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends in a touchdown run from Devontae Freeman. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. touchdowns on back-to-back drives. So a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them. Well, let's give plenty of credit to the defense there. They stuffed them on second and short. But if you're the offense, why would you change what you're doing? You've got a whole nother down to pick it up, and maybe even a fourth if you so choose.
On third down, it's Mack, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Off the play fake, Welch. He's going to wind up and air it out. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Now Mack. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Throw left side complete. That's Atkins. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
Here's Mack. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them pass it, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Flashed the stick skills on that run, but then stopped shy of the 35. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Looking to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. The Falcons on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And there's so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate games.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Here's Thomas. Wow, evasive.
Make a miss.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And as we look at his highlights, sometimes I've asked you schematically, how do you stop one player? Well, how do you stop a tight end like this without opening up other holes, partner?
You show your basic defenses, whether you're playing the 3-deep zone, the 2-deep zone, but you have your variations underneath it. So sometimes instead of the safety staying deep, the safety will drop down. A sky coverage, they call that. Sometimes the corner's responsible. You get a little, what they call a cloud, someone coming underneath. Sometimes the linebacker shows the ability to rush the passer and instead drops down and tries to get underneath the tight end as he tries to run routes. So many different things you can do from basic sets.
Trying to prevent those highlights we saw. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And incomplete. Khris is averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Back to throw here. And he comes back with one complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. He'll look to throw. He goes underneath to Freeman. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Patriots offense now. They work their way back onto the field. On 1st and 10, Welch. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Joseph. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Now a carry from Mack, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
New England on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is third down and 12. Back to throw. Welch looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Atkins. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for New England. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Let's go! 3-19!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They'll set up a throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Falcons send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. With it is Brown. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Patriots take over. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 6 there on first. Now the Patriots moving quickly, hustling up to the line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. On third down, it's Mack. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the second quarter. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And Jones has it over the middle. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Now that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Now Sturgis on to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. A run by Mack to start the drive. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On first down, Welch, incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. The intended receiver was Corey Brown, and it's second down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him, they've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA halftime report. The Falcons are up right now and are looking to keep up the pressure moving forward. The Patriots didn't play their best, and they'll need to be at their best now to come back. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Patriots now late in the first. Handoff and run goes up the middle. And this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. That puts them up by a touchdown. Falcons take it early in the second. Freeman's going to shift out to the right side, and this run goes for a touchdown. Score now tied at 10. 1st and 10. Pass will be completed out of the gun. And he'll end up at the 45-yard line before being tackled. Falcons have it later on the drive from Alabama. Julio Jones making a catch coming across the middle. And this play will go for 6, which takes the lead to 10.
All right, Larry, these two teams back out there as we get set and ready for this second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Not much happening there on first down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Off play action. Welch. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jeremiah Tauchu in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
New England on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Operating from the gun. Welch. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now let's discuss Julio Jones. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way. I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Here we go. Green, 39.
On play action, they'll throw. Going for the deep ball. It got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one goes for 36 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. Looks to be right around the 40. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. In a 3-4 defense there and against the run, a lot of responsibility can fall on that nose tackle.
A ton of responsibility, no pun intended, because they've got to deal with not just the center, both guards, and a lot of times they have to eat up double teams in order to let the rest of the guys get to the football. But how about that play? He not only did he eat up the double team, he ate up the ball carrier as well.
I was going to say, talking about puns, you said eat up the double team. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So they're operating in the red zone.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you. And it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start. But he's found a way so far here in the second half.
Here we go.
Throwing on first down. Welch. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get the game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They run a draw here on second down. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop his shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski, and now it's second down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and He gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
But he was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to 4th down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Here's Sam Martin now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Welch. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Welch. And he finds the tight end, Rodgers. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 24-yard line.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he's able to hold on to the football.
On 3rd down, it's Mack. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit, because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a 1st down with his very next run.
So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
To throw on second down, Welch. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From the gun, Welch throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And his kick is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Getting set to go again on offense. We get a peek at Julio Jones now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's complete. It's Sproles. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Great patience in the pocket. Of course, it's easy to be patient when the protection's good, and it was.
Yeah, you got to pat those guys on the helmet and say thanks because they gave him plenty of time to stay back there, survey the field, go through the reads that he wanted to, and deliver the ball accurately. That was really well executed.
Back to throw now on first down. This one complete to Sproles. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Here we go.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. Freeman. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Back to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
Here we go now. 3-19.
He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
So 2nd and 10 here.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Throwing again. Welch. And this is incomplete. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on 3rd down. Back to throw. Welch. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for New England. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for New England. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Dances by him. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. And here now come the Falcons. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. The Falcons on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Welch over the middle. Rodgers has it. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st and 10, Welch. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
No. Check. Patriots.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Welch. Looking sideline, incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun, Welch. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the 1st.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
What's the old adage, be quick but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Over.
20th carry now for Devontae Freeman. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 40, just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock. It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They'll drop the throw. And this one is incomplete.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback,
yeah,
you got to make that throw, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be completed.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And now out come the Patriots. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Looking to throw. Welch. Throw left side complete. That's Atkins. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
So the chain gang now done for the drive. Ball on the 10, 1st and goal. From the gun, Welch. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. let's discuss Julio Jones. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good, too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
No. Check. Patriots.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. 2 yards to go here on third down.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Now back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll set up to throw. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green.
They'll look to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket. that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the 4th quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Let's go!
From the gun on 3rd down, Welch. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
Let's go! No, Jack, Patriots!
Here's Freeman. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Freeman again. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And this defense looks for one more stop here on third after the run.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end. That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. To throw again. Welch. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Welch. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And last time, able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This from 36 yards out. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Falcons, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for New England, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.